Hey guys, welcome back to Texas Racing Channel. So I'm just doing a quick video on a quick repair on the average Joe, because we just got done doing over 6,000 miles in 19 days of driving.
Damn!
And so that's why my videos haven't been out. And also thank you to everybody that went to texasracingchannel.com and got hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, lanyards, keychains, all that stuff. Everything has been sent out. I'm all caught up on my sleep. I'm editing right now. I got just so much stuff to edit and get out. I'm just throwing this quick video out real quick afterwards to let you know to subscribe, stay tuned. There's a lot coming.
That's what she said.
and then in a couple, like 2 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, I gotta check my date. We're heading to the ice cream cruise with 1320 and a bunch of people that are heading there. And I'm probably going to do a live there. So anyway, we drove from Fort Worth to Michigan for the roadkill. I was live there. The videos in between of the drive there, the breakdowns, transmissions blowing up. I've had to pull out. All kinds of crazy stuff happened on that trip, and we still managed to put that many miles in that quick. Driving through the desert when it's 118 degrees outside, blowing oil, rear main seals, all kinds of wild stuff happened. And I've got it all recorded. I'm going through a ton of footage, so it's taking me a long time to do all that stuff. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to do a quick shock change, because driving through Pontiac, Michigan, well, that was the first leg of the trip. And if you've ever driven through Michigan, let alone Pontiac, the roads are like driving on the moon. And so we blew one of the shocks out. Ride was nice enough to sponsor the channel, sent us these really bad shocks, and so these are self-inflicted. These are not a standard of the quality of Ride stuff, but we did this because it's a almost 6,000 pound truck. We're hauling through those crappy roads, and so we're gonna send this one shock back. But I bought 2 temporary shocks to put in there so we can keep driving Joe and do stuff. And then while that one gets repaired and they send it back to me, then we'll be back on the road. So I'm going to pop this shock off real quick. I'm just going to do a quick video of me swapping that out and show you what happened. And then, subscribe and stay tuned, because there's a lot of videos I'm getting set up right now to release. Hopefully 1 a week or maybe 2 a week, and then for the next 3 weeks, if everything works out right. All depends on my editing skills and family stuff in the background. That being said, let's get this wheel off and toss one of these shocks on real quick, or get this shock off that's broken. I'll show you what happened. All right, so let's get in here and see what I did. So you can obviously see here the shock is mounted down there, but up here it is not. So this is supposed to be inside there, like that. And somehow or another, it came disconnected. And then these are like, I think 20 away adjustable or 21 away adjustable or whatever, but I wonder if that has something to do with it. Bet you that's the noise I hear rattling around. I wonder if the other side's like that. Well, we're gonna get over there and find out anyway. All right, let's pop this sucker off and see. I mean, it's not leaking or nothing like that, so yeah, that's so weird. All right, let's pop this off real quick and set it on the table. So here's what we did, and I didn't realize that this comes out. Not sure if it's supposed to, but we bent that, and then it looks like it was, maybe this screws into this, I don't know, and then it broke off here. But I think I figured out why it did it. Through the vibration of the roads, this is not mounted tight in here, it's loose. And I think what was happening is as I was hitting the bumps, it was just whacking this up and down like that. And that was slowly bending, or maybe one good whack is what bent this. And then, because that's how it's supposed to be, like that together. And so I think this one good whack from that piece loosening is what broke it. So I'll call our guy on Monday at Ride Tech and see if we can't send this back and get it repaired, because these things are $220 a piece and they're really good. Been super happy with the way they've been on the truck. And so temporarily we have, I just ran down the Summit so we can keep driving on the street, and I grabbed a set of these Beltec like cheapies to toss in there real quick, and that way we can continue going to dinner and hauling stuff around and doing whatever, not just have Joe sitting in the garage collecting dust. He should be out driving around. Let me tighten that. Well, let me pull the stuff out of the box and see, because sometimes they come with those mounts and there might be a certain distance. Yeah, let me pull the box apart real quick. Where's that box at? It's over here. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, see, there is the thing inside. So we got the shock. So this one, I'll have to use this one. It's probably... So yeah, I'll take that one out, put this one in, and then maybe I'll put some Loctite on it so it doesn't back out, although it's got a lock washer, or a lock nut. Yeah, no, it's got that lock washer on it, which should keep it from backing out. Both directions have one. So, and that should have kept it from doing that, but I'll put some Loctite on it just in case. And then for the couple of weeks while we're waiting, at least this one won't back out and do the same dang thing. You know, lower truck problems. So anyway, let me get this all set up real quick, and I'll throw this shock on. I want to take the other side off real quick. Actually, let's take the other side off, look at it, and see what that looks like. And then obviously when I do one, it's the same on the other side. But let me hop the other side off and see if that side's damaged too. Let me bring you guys in here and take a look-see. And there's nothing loose on this one. Everything looks good. But one thing I did notice is if you look at how the bolt, how it's mounted in here, I'm almost wondering if the air ride is bending this bolt down and bending it in here. I'm not 100% sure. It kind of looks like it, but you can see how it's sitting at the angle. It's not making any funny noises, and everything's good on this side. So, but we're still going to swap it out so that they're matching on the front, and then and I'll send them both back, and we'll see what they say. Or I'll talk to them on the phone on Monday, and we'll see what they say. If they want me to send them both back or just the one, because there's nothing wrong with this side. Let me get this shock off, and we'll put the two next to each other and just kind of compare them real quick, and then we'll get it all back together and see how everything goes. So I think I figured out another problem is that I checked the part number on this, and this shock from center to center is 13 inches fully extended. And then I believe all the way compressed, it's 9. And when you measure, neither one of these is accurate right now, but we know it's a little higher because I think that's what, with it being messed up, ripped it apart. But when you go from center to center of this, if you kind of hold that in the center to here, it's 13 and a half to 13 and 3/4 on this side. And on the other side, it's about 13 and a quarter. But the reason is because that's bent down, because the shock isn't long enough. So when I extend it all the way up or lift it in the air, it's holding the whole front suspension by the shock. And so when you measure this one, see how it's bent down? You can see it. It's drooped down, right? And it's supposed to be straight out. So the tip of it should be like up here instead of down here, or the center of this bolt should be like right here. And with that being said, if I just go from the top of here to here, that's 13, or when you get close to it's 13 and a half. a little more than 13 and a half, 13 and 3/4, somewhere between that. And so with that shock only being 13 fully extended, that's why it's pulling on this side. It's probably going to create the same amount of damage. That's why it's doing that. So see how it's leaning? Because it's pulling on it through the bushing. So these shocks need to be, probably would say 14 inches from end to end to keep this from happening again. So the good thing is that we can test, because the ones I bought, just out of pure luck, these are 14 inches, but fully compressed, they're only 9.5, and these fully compressed are 9. So when I slam it on the ground, I might lose a half inch of it being slammed on the ground. But if it saves me from having to change out a basically $500 set of shocks every year, I'll lose a half inch. I'm cool with that. Let me get these shock mounts out of the frames. I want to see if that one's bent, and I'm going to grab the other one and we'll compare those real quick and see how those look. But I'm pretty sure I've figured out what the situation is. Yeah, so I got them both here, and this one, it's hard to tell on the camera, but I think it's bent just a little bit. It doesn't matter. We got new ones, and then I'm going to call them on Monday, get these sent off, throw the new ones in for now, and then we'll go from there. That being said, let me set the camera up real quick. I'll slap these in. We'll drop it on the ground.
You got a bit of shit on the side of your face.
I got Glenn coming over. He's dropping off the vet for us to do a power steering upgrade for the box to the rack and pinion on the C3 1980 vet, big block vet he's got. Which we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up for that too, as far as like doing the twin carb EFI or however you want to call it, Holly system on it with like I think it's a Terminator or a Dominator. A lot of fancy stuff happening with that car pretty soon. So anyway, let me finish Joe up real quick, and we'll start her up, and you guys can hear the new camshaft too. So I'm looking at the hole to put this in, and this hole isn't round. Things you discover. But look at it, you can see it. The hole ain't round. All right, let's round it out a little bit, because when I go to put it in, it doesn't fit. And what's funny is that this and the other one are almost, when you mic them, the exact same. So I don't know how the hell that just came out so easy, but we're gonna make it go in, no problem. Got the shocks all buttoned up in here. See, everything's nice in the hardware, but you can already see where this is leaning, so I'm gonna have to figure something out with this, where it straightens it out or something, because this side was a pain in the butt to put on, the other side was easier. And see, Mr. Glenn showed up with the Corvette. It's parked outside. I'll let you guys hear that thing. It's big block C3. It sounds sick as hell. Yeah, so this side's all in, everything's ready to go. Let's toss the wheels on it, and then I'll start it and set the air ride and let you guys hear the new cam that's in it. We put a chop monster in it, and it sounds pretty sick. So let's do that real fast, and then we'll get the Corvette in here. Give old Joe a start. is a 427. But I wish we had smell vision, because if we did, you can see the reason why it's here soon, what we're going to be doing to it. Old trusty hockey stick.
Yeah, most expensive hood prop you'll ever see.
Yeah. I got a couple of hood props we could use sitting over there too. Now, these are all the ones I got to sell. Here's all the, so you guys know, if your kid ever plays hockey and he decides to get the most expensive stick, each one of these sticks is $400+. Each one of them. These are the ones he's not using. His other 3 are in California. These are the ones I could sell. And then he's got one on order, got a custom one on order, because I got to be Billy Badass. So anyway, there's 427. Next video is going to be us doing power steering upgrade on this. We're doing a rack and pinion. So we're getting rid of the box, and we're going to do a rack and pinion. It's a Flaming River, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, Flaming River. We're going to do that first, and then he ordered the Holly Dominator or Terminator.
Terminator.
So we got a Terminator coming, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do for the screen and some other stuff and make sure we got everything. And then that's going to be in a couple videos from now as well. So anyway, subscribe, stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, we'll catch you next time.